To prove that the female ghost's saliva is milky, the man came to the ghost world alone and found the female ghost, and kissed it without hesitation. Also pulled out half a rice silk, shy red earring, leave a pair of scissors as a token of love, run home and prepare the dowry to propose marriage to the door. And the man didn't take it seriously. I'm still savoring the saliva of the female ghost just now. Sure enough, it has a faint milky aroma. It turns out that the man's name is Zhang Xiechi. I came to this strange world to participate in the college entrance examination. Only by completing the Ghost World mission can you graduate successfully. As a result, he met the female ghost as soon as he teleported over. The female ghost threatened Zhang Xiechi with large scissors. Ask him if he is beautiful. Zhang Xiechi wanted to pretend to be dumb and get through. Who knew that this move successfully angered the female ghost? He was about to kill Zhang Che's kidney on the spot. Just then, I suddenly remembered the system prompt. This time, Zhang Xiechi is not only not afraid, excited even. Without saying a word, he hugged the female ghost into his arms. Then, under the blushing gaze of the female ghost, slowly approach him? Because the system prompts that the female ghost once longed for a kiss. So Zhang Xiechi decisively and the female ghost. Here comes a 3-minute French long tale. He even pulled out half a meter of silk. This taste makes Zhang Xiechi unforgettable, because apart from the hint of blood, there is still a sweet aftertaste. The female ghost who was kissed blushed. After introducing himself as Shaoli, he turned around and left. Let Zhang Xiechi wait for himself before leaving. I will be responsible for him. And Zhang Xiechi didn't hear it at all, still addicted to the saliva of the female ghost, until the system prompted him to complete the hidden mission. He hurried to Huangquan Hospital, because this is where the first exam takes place. Due to delays on the way, other candidates have already started the task. The controller of Huangquan Hospital is a nurse female ghost. The female ghost is responsible for assigning tasks to the examinees. Will withdraw the allocation. The task to arrive is to take care of the patients on the 4th floor. Before the head nurse leaves, leave a sentence: the previous examinee has been eaten. Although people are a bit useless, but it tastes good, instantly scared him into a cold sweat. He was very careful going upstairs. According to the workbook guidelines of the nurse's station, there are 8 rooms in total on the 4th floor. There are for patients. He came to 401 first. I saw bloody handprints all over the door. I couldn't help but swallow. Just to be on the safe side, he took out the token of love left by the female ghost. Then he kicked open the door. A ghost head flew out. Don't say a word about the car. She took a pair of scissors and stuck him in the ground. The ward fell into a dead silence. I'm the new nurse. I heard from the head nurse that one of you called for special services. Who is that? Nurse brother. I did. Zhang Xiechi looked at the sound. It turned out to be a human head on the ground. It was you who called it. I'm so sorry. I'll help you pull out the scissors. But he said so. His hand grabbed the scissors and swung it hard. My head was torn apart. I'm so sorry. I didn't expect my head to be so brittle. And this bloody scene. The 2 people next to him were so scared that they screamed. Do you still need special service? No need. Do you want me to help you put your head back together? What do girls dare to say? Hurry up and say no. Then he knelt on the ground and silently put his head together. After all, ghosts have strong self-healing abilities. It won't take long to recover. After doing all this, the net came from room 402. No, 3. Calling the nurse Zhang Xiechi. When in came to 403. Who knows, I just opened the door and went in. The twisted nurse threw herself into his arms. His face turned green. He has a wife. It won't mess around outside. So he quickly pushed the person away. And one of the hanged men explained. He said the child was making too much noise. Let you find a way to make. He quieted down. You can't solve this problem yourself. If we can solve it, what else do you need as a nurse for? Zhang Xiechi heard the words and thought what he said was reasonable. I had to go over and hold the baby in my arms. Don't cry, don't cry. Brother tells you bedtime stories. The baby suddenly spoke. If the story doesn't sound good, I'm going to eat my brother. No problem. It stunned the baby. As a result, Zhang Xiechi hadn't finished a sentence. The baby opened its bloody mouth. It doesn't sound good. Eat Zhang Xiechi as a snack. but Zhang Xieqi stuck a pair of scissors into his mouth. Didn't your mother teach you anything? Don't interrupt when others are telling stories. This makes the ghost sound, dare not make it again. Obediently quiet down. After inspecting the 4 wards, the first day of the exam is over. All students gather in the lobby. The examinees have been reduced by more than half. I guess it was a ghost. But people who come downstairs alive don't mean safety, because the examinees who did not take good care of the patient all killed on the spot by the head nurse. The remaining qualified people get 100 ghost coins to buy food from vending machines. Because the exam lasts for 7 days, there were no supplies. After payment, the head nurse asked the nurse, "Go back to the lounge on your floor for Chinese New Year." The cleaner goes with him. At the same time, he seriously told everyone, "Go to bed after dark. Don't open your eyes if anything happens. Otherwise, you will be responsible for the consequences." After the head nurse leaves, Zhang Toru bought bread and water and was about to leave, but found that there was poo in the vending machine. But the price is ridiculously high, requires 500 ghost coins. But it made him very confused. Since you can't move at night, why is there such a thing for sale? He didn't think about it because he couldn't afford it. I went back to my room and went to bed obediently. Who knows, he just fell asleep. A ghost floated above his head. He giggled. Many candidates did not come until the next day. It seems that he did not listen to the advice. Just as Zhang Toru was preparing the studio for the next day, Li Zhaoxiao suddenly stopped Zhang Xieqi. "I want him to lend me 50 ghost coins, because last night, everyone must have encountered something weird and scary. Only Zhang Xieqi is still in such good condition. Maybe a golden thigh." Seeing that Zhang Xieqi didn't reply, Li Zhaoxiao grabbed his hand. "Put it on my chest. I only received ghost coins yesterday. I ran out after buying a bottle of water. I'm so hungry now. Just lend me some ghost coins. In exchange, I'll do anything." How can Zhang Xieqi, who has been single for 20 years, stand it? Just about to start, I found the head nurse coming, so he expressed that he would come to him later. After the head nurse assigns the task, Zhang Xieqi came to 403 to deliver medicine to the patient, but the medicine is glass slag and milk cover, and a medicine composed of chopped pecans. I knocked on the door and walked in. "Hello. Have you drunk yours? Take out, please, enjoy." The girl picked it up and licked it, then get excited. "Pick up the cup and drink it. After drinking, call it delicious." Immediately rewarded Zhang Xieqi 500 ghost coins, and said that he would bring him a cup every day from now on. Walk out of the ward with the money. Zhang Xieqi was so excited that his eyes were full of tears. Immediately came to the vending machine. I bought 2 packs of spicy strips and a bottle of happy water. While he was eating spicy strips, Li Zhaoxiao, the big girl in the distance, ran towards him quickly. "Zhang Toru, save me! There's a monster behind me that's chasing me. As long as you save me." But Zhang Xieqi slapped him and sent him flying, and pointed at his slime and said, "Stop pretending. Counterfeiting your means? With my wisdom, you can see through that fake thing on your chest at a glance. Remember to be dedicated next time." Li Zhaoxiao has a mole on her left chest. The boy went to the toilet in the middle of the night without any paper. Dirty things come to deliver paper, and this is just a doorway. The white one was hated that night. The red one is called 3-day death. The green one is called 7 days of sudden death. It's unlucky. I met Zhang Xieqi, who dared to give the female ghost maternity leave. Not only was he kicked away by Zhang Xieqi, he was even pinned to the ground and poked for a while, until the address ghost takes out the ghost coin and asks for it to be let go. Zhang Xieqi was willing to give up, but it didn't let him go, but grabbed the address ghost, interrogate him about his cries at night, and the red-eye outside the door in the early morning. As a result, the address is not clear. But he told Zhang Xieqi, the drunk hiding in the women's toilet must know. This alcoholic is a 400 for patient. Zhang Xieqi reluctantly spent a lot of money to buy a few bottles of good wine. The alcoholic also warned him not to pursue the matter any further. If the head nurse finds out, he will kill you. If you really want to know, go to the roof and have a look. But the sky is gray except for, think. Zhang Xieqi didn't notice anything unusual here. It seems that there is no clue during the day, just as he was about to leave, but noticed a mobile phone left in the corner, picked it up and found it to be a counterfeit product. But the mission shows that obtaining special items is done symptomatically. 50% progress seems to be an important clue, and he wasn't happy yet. A terrifying aura enveloped him. The strength is at least F level or above. It's not very easy for him to deal with at all. Zhang Xieqi glanced around the corner. It's the head nurse. What are you doing here? Zhang Xieqi quickly put the phone into his crotch. Say you'll come out for some air. But the head nurse stared at him with a look of scrutiny. Zhang Xieqi thought that the person who investigated the crying was found. While hurriedly turning around, the scissors that summoned the ripped woman prepared to take the plunge. Turns out the head nurse just told him to get out. Zhang Xieqi breathed a sigh of relief. After returning to the room, he couldn't wait to see what was in it, and it didn't work. Do you have to cry at night? Sure enough, it can be turned on normally after night falls. But there is only one video in it. After clicking on it, cold sweat broke out instantly, because it's me in the picture. He slashed his face with a knife, and in reality, there was actually a cut on his cheek. And here's what's even scarier. In the video, he puts the knife to his throat again. Zhang Xieqi suddenly panicked. If you stab it, you will also die. So he quickly took out a flashlight and shone it on his phone. Instantly, screams came from the phone until the ghosts inside disappear. Zhang Xieqi breathed a sigh of relief, but the video inside has become 27 seconds. It seems that this is the real video. Hit the courage to open it and take a look. The protagonist of the video is a nurse lady, and he was molested by the patient while he was checking the ward. He screamed for help, but it was late at night and no one else was on duty, and he was murdered. It was photographed. At the end of the video, the nurse shows her face. Isn't that the current head nurse? What puzzled Zhang Xieqi was, who is the man in the video? It's gone, but why is there no long task progress? Is there any information missing? Think of me? Zhang Xieqi carefully checked the video again. Sure enough, a key point was discovered. Then he followed the clue to Ward 1401, and she saw the head nurse with a scalpel. This scared Zhang Xieqi into a cold sweat, just when he was glad he wasn't found. I seem to be entangled in something under my feet. Look down. It turned out to be a monster with all eyes. He screamed, "Hurry up and take a picture with a flashlight." Monster was wiped out, but just now, but attracted the head nurse. Zhang Toru immediately took a flashlight behind him, but it didn't work at all. So he turned and ran towards the roof. The head nurse threw a knife at Zhang Xieqi, almost chopped his head off. There's no road ahead. Zhang Xieqi can only gamble. He slammed open the door and went to the rooftop. Sure enough, I found the head nurse stopped at the door. Only dared to roar incompetent at the door. Dare not come in. Seems to be afraid of something. It seems that the judgment is correct, because most people encounter this situation must have run back, but running back at the nurse's speed. You'll be caught in minutes, and the cue to crying is fear. Those patients are so afraid of crying. As a nurse in a residential building, nature will also be affected. The source of the cry is the rooftop. This means that I just thought of me. A voice suddenly came from behind. Who are you? The female nurse tried without underwear for the first time. In the middle of the night, he was murdered by the patient. A small video was also taken. He committed suicide in disgrace. After death, she became a female ghost and wandered in Wangquan Hospital to investigate the truth of the matter. Will withdraw according to the clues in the video. Came to the crime scene, but I didn't expect to be chased by the female ghost. Fortunately, at a critical moment, the appearance of a little girl saved her, although the girl is dirty. Not even a pair of shoes. But after confirming that there is no danger, Zhang Xieqi led her to the vending machine on the first floor. Bought a bunch of snacks. After a good relationship, she took the little girl up to the 14th floor. Because of this amulet, the ghost nurse never showed up again. Toru Zhang successfully found Ward 1401. The moment you can open the door, he immediately covered the little girl's eyes. Because the scene in the room is so dirty, I saw a man tied to a cross, and the ghost nurse standing in front of him.